in case of many of the men, their own belief and their own ideology is the problem. Actually, I have come across so many men, or in other words, I have noticed that there are so many men who themselves believe in this ideology of taking the route of sycophancy in order to attain their desires or aspirations. I mean, they themselves believe that the only way of attaining their desire or fulfilling their aspiration is to go and do the sycophancy of people who are already capable, or maybe who are in possession of the things which they desire. These men believe in shooting the gun on others' shoulders. I mean, instead of relying on themselves, instead of believing in themselves, instead of depending on themselves, they think and they believe that if they will go to somebody who is already powerful, who is already strong, who is already capable, maybe, and if we will go and do the sycophancy of these people, we will be able to hit targets, achieve aims, and fulfill desires through these people because they are already strong, capable, and powerful. So instead of relying on themselves and believing in themselves, they think or they believe that if they will go and do the sycophancy of these people, they will be able to attain their goal, fulfill their desires through these people. And these are the men who then, when face humiliation, disrespect, or betrayal of these people, sudden betrayal of these people, these are the men who then begin whining and complaining and blaming. Whereas the problem is in their psyche. Instead of relying on themselves, instead of believing in themselves, instead of depending on themselves, instead of putting expectations on themselves, they themselves kept on believing that if they will go and take the route of sycophancy, do the sycophancy of people who are already capable, they will be able to fulfill their desires, they will be able to attain their own goals through those people. And when those people acted in a way which was somewhere expected from those people, which they often behave, in which manner they often behave, these men who were depending on them, relying on them, doing their sycophancy in order to fulfill their own goals, begin whining, complaining, blaming, whereas they are unable to see that the problem is in them. Their own psyche, their own ideology is flawed. Boys, I read somewhere it is better to own a small shop of your own than trying to own something bigger by losing your self respect and doing the sycophancy of others. And these are the men who believe in same ideology in case of women also, simply because they are growing up with this psyche, with this ideology that doing sycophancy of others is the way of fulfilling their own goals and attaining their own desires. They begin doing same in case of women also. They go ahead and begin taking the route of doing the sycophancy of women in order to get S from them. And when women show them their reality, when women show them their true face, and when women treat them the way they deserve to be treated, they start complaining, whining, blaming the woman, whereas the flaw is in their own psychology, whereas the flaw is in their own ideology. Taking the route of sycophancy may work in case of other goals, in goals of finances, maybe in goals of materialistic progress, but the route of doing sycophancy never works in case of women. Every man or every boy who will try to take the route of sycophancy will have to face embarrassment and humiliation from women. These are the boys who will get all the time, always, in all cases, humiliated, disrespected by women. These are the men who face shame, who receive shame from women, and then they begin complaining, whining, blaming. Sometimes women and sometimes everybody else. Boys, I want all of you to understand that taking the route of sycophancy never works, especially in case of women. in case of finances or financial success, it may work, but even there you are attaining that finance or that financial success on the cost of your self respect. Only if you begin believing in yourself, and only if begin telling to yourself that it is you who need to put expectations on, it is you who need to depend on, and it is you who you need to rely on to bring success and growth and progress in your life. And I'm telling you, boys, it may take a little time. The growth might be little slow, but there you are growing with your self respect. There you are growing without giving anybody else to give, without giving anybody else an opportunity to humiliate you, to embarrass you, to disrespect you. Boys, get into the habit of going to the direct source of things. For example, when you are in need of money, when you need money, go into the direct source of money. The direct source of money is bank. So when you are in need of money, when you need money, do not go to anybody else. Always go directly to the banks to get the money. When you are in need of knowledge and information, go into the direct source, books. Do not take knowledge or information from somebody who are not expert, who have not gained mastery into it, or maybe people who still don't know enough. Either go to the books or go to the somebody who is expert of it, who is master of it. Whenever you are in need of peace and courage and strength, whenever you are in need of peace and strength, go to the direct source. And who is the direct source of peace and strength? The God. When you are in need of strength and peace, go to the direct source of it. And the direct source of it is God. Go directly to the God when you are in need of, when you are looking for strength and peace, when you are looking for growth in your life, when you are looking for progress in your life. Go to the direct source of it. And who is the direct source of growth and progress? Is you, yourself. Your entire growth does not depend on anybody else. Your entire growth depends on you. You do not progress on somebody else's shoulders. You progress on your own effort, on your own ambitions. You progress on your own. So stop going to other people for whatever you are desiring, aspiring, trying to attain in your life. Learn to go to the direct source of it. And in fact, in case of women, this is the very first thing you need to understand. Women are the direct source of S. So when you are seeking S, you need to go to the direct source of it. So what is the direct source of S for us men? Women. So stop going to other sources of S. Stop assuaging your sexual urge through other ways and through other means. Stop masturbating. Stop effing your own pillows and stop effing each other. For God's sake, do not be gay. We have beautiful women all around us. So when you are seeking S, when you are trying to assuage your sexual urge, go to the direct source of it, women. And when there is no woman, keep yourself controlled. But stop seeking S and assuaging your sexual urge through other ways and through other means. Second thing, begin believing. Being a man, you need to either win women or you need to earn women. Tell to yourself and inscribe it somewhere in your brain that there is no other way of getting women in your life. Sycophancy and servitude is surely not a way to win or get a woman in your life. No man could ever, in the entire timeline of human history, could ever win or get a woman through sycophancy and servitude. Such men only receive disrespect and humiliation from women and get laughed upon by women. Either you earn a woman or you win a woman. The woman is there with you because she is attracted to you because you have been able to attract her, or you are paying the price. The woman is there because you can afford it. You have earned it. And if some woman is not there, either because you have earned it or because you have won it, or either because you have earned her or because you have won her, you do not stay there. Simply leave. simply do not be there anymore. Do not try to do the servitude and sycophancy of women in order to get S from her. Either she is doing as with you because of the attraction which you have been able to win, or simply because you can afford her, simply because you have earned her out of your sheer efforts. And if both of these things are not there, you simply do not stay there. You simply leave. You do not try to win or do not try to get the woman. You do not try to receive S from her by doing her servitude and sycophancy ever. Because no woman in the entire history of humanity ever give S to men because of his servitude and because of his sycophancy towards her. All of these men only receive disrespect, humiliation, and mistreatment by women. They only get laughed upon by women. And this is the surest way of putting your self respect on the stake. This is the surest way of getting your self respect belittled, demeaned, and mishandled. Boys, begin believing in yourself, relying on yourself, having all of the expectations from yourself. Begin going to the direct sources of things. When you need money, go to bank. When you need knowledge, go to books. When you need expert advice, go to the experts. When you need strength and peace, go to the God. When you need S, go to the women. When you need growth and progress, go to yourself. You are the direct source of your growth and progress. And always be willing to pay the price of it. Never put your self-respect on stake. Never give anybody an opportunity to belittle you, to demean you, to disrespect you, to betray you. Always be willing to pay the price. Tell yourself right now, right here, that everything comes to you in this life by paying the price for it. Nothing comes to you in this life for free. So be willing to pay the price. And when things are not there, either because you have won them by your sheer effort or because you have earned them by your sheer effort, simply be willing to lose them. Simply do not stay there anymore. Simply do not be there anymore. Just leave. And instead of relying on others, begin relying on yourself. Instead of depending on others, begin depending on yourself. Instead of putting expectations on others, begin putting all of the expectations on yourself. And whatever growth you make by this, no matter how little and how small it is still your growth. It is still your progress. It is still the growth and progress which you have been able to make in your life out of your own effort, out of your own conviction, without putting your self respect on stake, without bringing embarrassment, humiliation, and shame to yourself, without giving anybody else any opportunity to betray you, to belittle you, to demean you, to disrespect you, to mistreat you. And boys, I am telling you, it is the problem with many of the men. They themselves believe in this ideology. They themselves are taking this approach in their life where they are trying to take the route of sycophancy for their growth, for fulfilling their desires, whereas everything in this world can be earned and can be won. And I am telling you, boys, for men, it is what matters. If you are a man, believe in earning things, believe in winning things. Do not try to extract anything from people, or do not try to finesse things from people, and do not ever believe in the ideology of sitting on the shoulders of others to bring growth, success to yourself, to bring things of your desire to yourself. Because I'm not sure whether you will be able to bring success and growth to yourself, or whether you will be able to attain the things of your desire or not. There's no guarantee of it. But one thing is sure in that scenario, that you will receive lots of betrayals, rejections, shame, humiliations, embarrassment, disrespects from these people whom you are putting before than you, on whom you are putting more importance than yourself, and whom you are valuing more than yourself, only in order to get or receive or attain what you can yourself. If only you begin relying on yourself, if only you begin believing in yourself, Everything is possible for you to bring to yourself. Everything is possible for you. Everything is possible for you to attain and to get or to receive. Maybe little slow, maybe a little smaller, but still it is possible for you to attain it, to receive it, to earn it, to win it, without putting your self respect on the stake, without bringing any shame, humiliation and embarrassment to yourself. And I am telling you, this is a flaw which I have seen, which I have noticed in many of the men. They themselves believe into this ideology that they can get into things, attain things of their desire through sycophancy. And when they receive shame, humiliation, and embarrassment from the people on whom they were trying to rely on whom they were trying to depend on, these are the men who then begin whining, complaining, blaming others. So, boys, you need to fix your ideology. You need to fix your psyche. I am telling you, the flaw is in you, in many of you. All of the people who believe in this ideology of sitting on others' shoulders to achieve growth and success in their life and to attain the things of their desire in their life. The flaw is in you. If you are bringing shame, humiliation, and embarrassment to your life, it is because of you. It is because you believe in this flawed ideology of depending on others, relying on others, doing the sycophancy of others. Whereas everything is possible for you by yourself, by relying on yourself, by depending on yourself, by trying to do things by yourself. So, boys, begin first of all, fix your own psyche, fix your own ideology, and then begin believing in yourself, begin relying on yourself, begin putting expectations on yourself than on anybody else, and then begin going to the direct source of things. If you need money, go directly to the bank, not to anybody else. If you want knowledge, go directly to the books or maybe to some proved and authenticated guru or coach or somebody who has been able to attain mastery into it. When you need peace, when you need strength, go directly to the God. And when you need growth and when you need progress, believe in yourself, rely on yourself, go directly to the direct source of it. And the direct source of growth and progress is you yourself, nobody else, but you yourself. And I am telling you, boys, if you are a man, then stop believing in over smarting people, double crossing people, trying to do the sycophancy of people, trying to finesse things from people, trying to extract things from people. No, begin believing in earning things, begin believing in winning things. Because for a man, his own self respect must be at the topmost priority in all different scenarios, in all different cases. And I'm telling you, everything is possible. Everything is possible only if you begin relying on yourself. And no matter how small the growth you will make, how slow the growth you will make, at least it will come to you without putting your self respect on stake, without facing any shame and embarrassment and humiliation from anybody else. And boys, in case of women, I am telling you, most of these boys who are complaining about women, whining about women, blaming women, are the men who tried to take the route of sycophancy in order to get into the pants of these women. And when these women showed them their true face and dealt with them as they needed to be dealt with, they start crying, they start whining, they start complaining, they start putting the blame on the women. Whereas the flaw is in their own ideology, whereas the flaw is in their own psyche, where the flaw is in their approach. Boys, I'm telling you, in case of women, sycophancy never works. And in the entire timeline of humanity, anybody who tried to take the route of sycophancy to get into the pants of women had to face shame, embarrassment, humiliation, betrayal, losses, harms, because women never respect any such men. Women respect men who believes in winning. Women respect men who believes in earning. And any man who believe in this ideology of taking the route of sycophancy never succeed in winning the respect of women. Where women never respect any such men, women never put any value into any such men. And simply because they are not respecting any such men, they do not mind betraying them, they do not mind misusing them, mistreating them, mishandling them, disrespecting them. Boys, even in case of women, believe in the idea of winning them, believe in the idea of earning them, because only when you win a woman or earn a woman, Women respect you. Women stay positively with you, and women behave with you only when you win them or earn them. And all of the men who try to take the route of sycophancy get mistreated and disrespected by women, because in the entire timeline of humanity, no man could ever win or earn a woman through sycophancy. All such men only receive shame, humiliation, and embarrassment from women. So, boys, in case of women, always win, always earn, always attract. Never put your self-respect on stake for any woman. Always be willing to lose women. Always be willing to let the woman go, but never put your self-respect on stake. Either you are winning her, either you are earning her, either you are attracting her, or you are simply not there. Never try to get any woman in your life through the route of sycophancy, by doing sycophancy or by doing servitude of her, because it only and always bring shame, embarrassment, and humiliation to you. No man could ever, in the entire timeline of humanity, could ever win or earn a woman, could ever win or earn the respect of women through sycophancy.